others have done what they've done and carried it and gotten it on the ballot, but we've not run a touchdown yet, folks. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Part of our campaign, I jumped a little ahead, so we want to rebuild the Libertarian Party in Texas. Yeah. Libertarian. And if you're a Republican or a Democrat, that's cool. You know, just as long, if you are a Democrat or a Republican and you start talking about, you know, taking people's freedoms, then we're going to stand, bro. You know, we're not going to give our principles up, but you're still an American and we can work with you on another issue. Yeah? Okay. So, cop busters. After these videos had been released, every day my BlackBerry lights up with anywhere from 20 to 50 emails, and it still does it. People complaining about being abused in America by cops. No. And every one of them says, my town's the worst. I call 4 or 5 people a week out of those hundreds that are just need the help immediately, and talk to these people every day. We're in a criminal justice epidemic in America. Senator Webb just called our criminal justice system a national embarrassment. And it is. It's an embarrassment. I don't feel safe around the cops. I feel paranoid.
Oh, yeah.
They're supposed to make me and my kids feel safe. Shouldn't be like that. We're going to change that. So, Candy, yeah, no worries. So, Candy said, "Hun, you were so good at busting the citizens that were crooked. Why don't you start busting cops?" I'm like, I'm down. Hey. So let me do the research, babe, and figure out how I can do this without breaking any laws. And if I do break a law doing it, I make sure I don't get caught. Because we'll never get busted, right? So we stung our first cop in Odessa. I had given my partners fair warning. I said, look, you guys stop what you're doing. Those things that I taught you and some of you taught me were wrong. Quit it. And they didn't quit. They planted drugs on a girl. And she's doing 8 years in federal prison right now because of it. The proof that she planted the drugs are on my website, copbusters.com. I have the police reports that have been whited out, and I proved that. We have the polygraph test results. The #1 polygraph examiner in the U.S., who used to be a polygraph examiner for the U.S. Department of Justice, polygraphed her and the informant, and they're telling the truth. That polygraph's huge to me, because it works. If you're ever lying, don't get on one. Stay away from those. So, and there's other evidence there. So, we decided to go to Odessa and set these guys up. We rented a house in secret and put video cameras with pan, zoom, tilt, and night vision. And I turned on a marijuana grow light. It's not illegal to have that in your house. And I put 2 little Christmas trees under it instead of marijuana. We pumped the heat out of the wall because I teach in... Were y'all watching the FLIR section? Yeah. Those cameras are illegal now. When I was a cop, I could use them. Just drive around in FLIR houses. Now they're illegal. But cops still use them. And if they get an anonymous tip that pot's being grown in a home, then they drive by with the FLIR camera, see the heat pumping out, but then they lie on the search warrant and say, I smelled marijuana coming from the house, or an informant told me. They don't put that they used the FLIR. So within 12 hours of us turning on that light and watching our laptop computers off-premise, we had the video streaming off-premise, and our band of cop-buster detectives that worked on this with us, the screens lit up, they rated it. We were so happy. I couldn't believe how easy it was. I really thought they were onto us because we had been in their city for 6 months setting things up. I wanted to make sure our first thing worked. So, a company in New York, well, let me show you the video, then I'll explain that. This is the Cop Buster Stinger Reel. This is what they make in Hollywood to go around and shop the show. Hey, here's what the show's about. So that's what you're about to see here. Here? Yeah. Yeah, that one. Can you make it big screen? Oh, you gotta be 18 to see that. YouTube flagged it. It's weird. You can, I can sign in. Okay. Or we can watch a big screen. Do you have a keyboard? Yeah.
Changed it, remember?
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Hey, hang on. I don't get it. Hang on. I know it's never get busted. You're not hungry, boy. You just ate.
I know, right?
I don't know. We'll just watch it. The little guy.
I can sign in.
Can you sign in? All right. Yeah.
Go back, Harlan.
Go back, Harlan.
Go back, Harlan.
Well, Charles didn't want anybody to see it. All right. Confirm birth.
Well, now we know you're at least 18.
It's a lie.
Many because of corrupt cops.
Do you have a search warrant?
Former narcotics officer Barry Cooper made hundreds of arrests until one day he realized his well-meaning efforts were being used to fill profitable private prisons with men and women who in many cases were innocent or simply caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
200 years old our country is, and we've had bad policy in the past, and this is no different. The war on drugs, especially marijuana, is a bad
It was on this day that the Texan who once wore a badge decided that one man could make a difference, and the cop busters were born.
I'm doing this for the million non-violent drug prisoners we have in prison right now.
This Lone Star Justice Squad of law-abiding patriots is set out to turn the table on those cops who took the oath to protect but sold out for personal gain. This week, Barry and the Cop Busters set up shop in Odessa, Texas.
Free Yolanda. Y'all planted drugs on Yolanda, and we're going to get her released and get the crooked cops busted.
When we call him, try to find out what we could do about all this injustice, he's told us, me and my mother, he said, the police got the wrong person. They thought she was somebody else. But once they made the bust, they had to go through with it. I mean, once you plant drugs, you can't say, oh, excuse me, we planted drugs.
I